Hey guys, what's going on? I'm doing the second week that I've been in Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader, which is turning into one of my favorite swing trading option services that I've been part of. It's a really good price. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can come and check out this full review. And like a lot of the other services that I review, I'm going to have basically an ongoing track record down here somewhere. Let's see where we're at. So starting about here, I'm going to actually put in the trades, the charts, like what prices Nate bought at and where he sold and what I did and what others did, to kind of go through. And so this is week 2, and it basically was just as good as the week before, which was really, really exciting to see. Now, I spoke a little bit about what the service involves, and basically the strategy is fairly simple. The core strategy is that at the start of every month, Nate finds a earnings surprise winner, so something that's really gapped up hard on really surprisingly good earnings. And it tends to be a large follow through for weeks afterwards, if not even months, of continuous slow grind upwards in price. And this has been proven scientifically in dozens of publications, some of which I link to in this article. So be sure to come and check out this article for that. I also put my other videos in here. So this was week 1, target options. This week was target as well. The thing I really like about this service, though, as I go into the second week here, is that he also alerts on the live stream on Monday morning. So every Monday morning he does about a half hour to an hour live stream, and he talks his way through every single trade really, really well. And it's not just me that's really, really liking the service. I asked a few people this week whether they like it, how they're doing with it, and these are some of the answers that I got. The first one being is I'm up 70% on the target trade, and I'm like, wow, nice. And then later on the next day, he said, I sold one contract of target up 178%. I just joined yesterday, and it paid for the service the same day or the next day, more than paid for the service, so that's cool. Then this guy is in the Facebook group. He seems to really be enjoying it as well. I got the impression from initially talking to him that he was skeptical of the service, and I hope he continues to enjoy it as much as he seems to be here. But I asked him if he'd made any money today on week 2's profits for the service, and he said he did. Nice quick profits. His live stream last Thursday was excellent. So normally he does live streams for an hour on Mondays. That's for the core service. But he did a live stream on Thursday last week, which I briefly mentioned before, which was basically a bonus for the holidays. It was like non-stop day trading and picking trades to swing all day on Thursday. So some people really liked that. A little bit too much for me though, a lot of trades. And so he said he's thinking strongly about upgrading to the full service, which is called Daily Profits Live. And that includes every single day live streams, I think, but I don't know that much about it. It's something I'll probably review in the future. And then I talked to William Callaway, who has been making significant money consistently, and that's the key. These are base hits. We're not making hundreds of percent that often. Usually it's like 20%, 50%, that type of amounts are base hits. And so I asked him, and I said, did you get into NTAP? Did you get into the target play? And he said, yes, I did. I made $50 in minutes. Then made money on UPST, which was a bonus trade, and Path. I didn't pull the trigger, that's what I said. And he said, so I asked him, overall, how would you rate Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader service? And he said, basically, I rate the service as top-notch. I really like the way he explains things. And so far, he appears to be right on with his suggestions. I like the way he goes over the trades. So this is not just an alert service. You get this good analysis from a guy who's turned $37,000 into $2.7 million. So this guy knows what he's doing. He's also very emotionally stable and laid back, which I really like as well. It really adds a lot to the service. So I thought I'd start just showing you some of the feedback that I've been getting. This is just a few of it. I know a couple of other people that are up a few 100% on these trades, which is really, really cool. Anyway, back to the trades for this week. Now, something that caused confusion with a couple of people was this is the trades feed. So this is the chat feed inside Profit Surge Trader, and you can see that I think they're actually going to be out on Monday. next week because it's Christmas and New Year and all that. So we may not have any more trades, but he does say that he's going to continue to update on trades that are open, so it's always good. So what's cool is like you have an app, you have email, and you basically can also log into the dashboard like I'm doing here and see what was being done or has been done in the past, with the exact timestamps for when he took profits and things like that. So yesterday was Monday, the 18th, and he'd been in NTAP for a couple of weeks, so he added, because it dipped. So if we look at NTAP, yeah, it really took off, so this is pretty cool. So NTAP was an example from a while ago. I think it was a bonus trade. I don't think it was ever like a monthly pick. So I'm trying to zoom out here and show you there we go. So NTAP was exactly what Nate looks for, which is this huge gap up on earnings winner. Then he waits for a good technical spot to get in and ride up the trend, and it looks like he timed it pretty well. Looked like he did have to ride the consolidation down a little bit before we got this nice move up, and this hopefully would continue up higher. So definitely a little bit more difficult, this one, but it does look like people that joined yesterday, they got into NTAP, got a really nice ride up really quickly and didn't have to sit through the losing section of the the portion of holding NTAP. So it does take some patience on some of these trades, but like I said, NTAP today just ripped. So we just go to 1 day here. I'm going to set this to 1 day. So if you bought NTAP, yesterday around noon, which is 11 o'clock my time, we got this really nice opening move and then a grind higher, so significant profits to be made overnight. And indeed that's what Nate did. So he took profits on NTAP, I think. Let's see. So we go down here. Yeah, so you see NTAP down here, it pops up and is there forever. So December 19th, he took the 15%. People that joined yesterday and got in this trade didn't need to average down on it or anything, so they actually got much bigger percentage gains. So he took profits in here. But this is what I like about Nate, is these are base hits, and he wins about 85% of the time and takes these base hits over and over. So that was NTAP. It's kind of weird because it was lagging. That's the problem with swing trading systems. You can't always expect the trades to finish that same week. That's the idea, but you can't always count on it. Sometimes they like run over into the next month, if it's near the end of the month. So that makes reporting on these trades a little bit more tricky than something like bullseye trades, for example. And again, I talk about all this in the article that I'll put in the description below, along with the way to join up and learn more about this awesome Profit Surge Trader service. So the other thing I wanted to talk about here was the other trade on Monday, which was a bonus trade. And this is what's cool. When he gives you the main trade, so the main trade basically was the target calls, right? And then the bonus trade was UPST. Now, bidding the target calls, he's very patient here. And the cool thing is you've got the bonus trade if you don't get filled on this one. So what happened with the target calls is he wanted to get these on a pullback. So let's talk about the target calls, the main trade, the one that's been traded every week during December, because this is the earnings winner for December. Now, last week's was a huge winner. This week's, I feel like we've missed it. I feel like we just couldn't quite get it cheap enough to be a really good risk reward. So if we zoom out here, let's go to the 1 hour. Here's where we had this big winning expectation, right? And you can see I've drawn in the trend line, which is absolutely textbook so far, showing how it was able to basically do this exact thing where you expect to have a continuation after earnings, surprise earnings like this, all the way up. And last week we had this really fantastic move where we dipped to the trend line and then just boom, straight up. So he alerted about here, it dipped slightly, and then it just went straight up after that. It's come back down to the trend line. Now, I think we should have bought, and it's easy in hindsight, we should have bought, like, not been quite as cheap, We should have tried to get in close to this line but been a little bit more flexible, his price would have had to be filled down here somewhere, which is 215. We could have got it around 240, 250 up here. And looking out, like zooming out like this, it's pretty clear that maybe we should have been a little less tight on our bid on that. But Nathan's very disciplined. And so he said he wanted 215. He goes, I'm not filled yet. This is a good till cancel, which I'm looking to buy target on a pullback to the previous breakout area. And so that's exactly what I'm kind of showing you there, is the previous breakout area was like this line, like here, right? So he wanted it more towards this middle line, right? I nearly bought it when it was sort of consolidating here, because I'm like, that's close enough to the trend line. This could keep going. And of course today it did. And that would have been a significant move with these volatile options. But easy to say in retrospect. So at the moment, this week's official main target calls haven't been filled for me. Maybe other people got filled on them. If I miss them, not too bothered. The cool thing is, unlike other services like Bullseye Trades, there's alternative bonus trades he often gives, and that's where people like William Calloway made money this week by doing the bonus trades. He did UPST. So let's have a quick look at UPST. Just going to zoom out on UPST. I'm not super familiar with all the trades that he's been doing. 1 hour chart. Let's reload the site. Yeah, so it looks like it's targeting in. Let's go to UPST. Don't want to do that. Yeah, so I'm not completely sure where earnings were. Here's E. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know much about this particular. Yeah, it's too far back. There's earnings here. Not quite sure what the whole thing is here. Looks like this would be the gap up, and then this is a continuation. So maybe this isn't an earnings play. Maybe this is some other strategy, like with the squeeze or whatever. Trend pattern and squeeze that he does. So this might not be the earnings play. Let's have a look and see what he says. Playing the 30-minute chart, and UPS has over 40% short float. Yeah, so this seems like it's probably just a technical play based on his strategy and the short float and the squeeze and things. So bonus trading this, buy the calls at 145, and this thing just ripped to the upside today, which was really cool. And people were making significant money right after his alert, but you know, this was yesterday, let's see, around 11, which was here, so right where my cursor is, and then you can see it went from 45 to 49, almost 50 overnight. And with the volatile options contracts, that's significant gains. I think Nate played it safe, locked in 20% gains on these, and he sent out his exit alert both to your phone and email, and also in here. And you can see UPST bonus trade plus 20%. Nice hit on the bonus trade. So far so good. And yeah, I think it's another good week. I don't know if we'll get filled on the target trade or not. I feel like we maybe missed the boat, but I could be wrong. It'll be interesting to see target just continuing to rip up today. So let me know in the comments if you're in Profit Surge Trader. I've been talking to lots of people, and everybody's given me really positive feedback so far on the service. The fact that he walks you through the trades on a live stream every Monday, but you can also just get the updates from your phone and the app and email, which is really cool. And the fact that their swing trades are high probability, and that Nate is clearly a credible trader and a good guy, a very good educator as well. So I'm excited about it. I'm a little bit bummed I didn't get some of the bonus trades, and have not been filled this week on target, but that's fine. I think that shows discipline and things. I don't want to be chasing and getting burned. I'd rather miss the trade, especially since the service is so cheap. So check the links in the description below on how to sign up and how to read more about all the different stuff I'm learning about the service as time goes on. This will just keep expanding, and hopefully you'll want to do something like this all access subscription deal, which is what I did. It's $279 for the year. It's a 100% money back guarantee, so if you don't like it, you can get your money back. Most people seem to like it. I don't know anybody who wants their money back, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. The one ticker deal, they call it the one ticker payouts. This is where there's some confusion. The actual service is called Profit Surge Trader, but this new sort of like once a week idea is called one ticker payouts, and that's the one that's based on earning surprises, where you trade the same ticker every Monday for the month. But then the bonus trades are also included in this deal. There's also some of the educational stuff as well. I still haven't had a chance to really like review that and then report on it, so maybe in my next video I'll do that, or put it into the review here. But yeah, definitely give it a shot. There's not really any risk to be had. There's a 365-day no risk, no questions money back guarantee. I have it on good authority that very few people ask for their money back. Almost nobody, in fact. Just because it's such a fantastic service, everybody's really happy with it. And it really delivers on what it promises. So, yeah. I'm also going to try and interview Nate Baer in the new year. I think it's going to be late January, February time. And I'll be doing it on the channel. And hopefully you guys can all come and watch that as well and ask him questions live. Should be fun. Alright guys, till next time. Cheers.